Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Wargame with Dragon. Before we head into it, of course, we're not just gonna do a war game though of the last few days. Also, like a quick announcement of one more tournament hosted by Lord Pie and Greyhound. Yeah, there's a wargame tournament happening. Sign-ups are open until August 1st, I think, which is also the day the tournament is supposed to start. Yeah, it's an open tournament. It's a 1v1 tournament. It's relatively simple. All you have to do is, use the sign up sheet to sign up. You can find the links hopefully in the description to the stock at least. As well in my in the announcements of my Discord server. Looks long, but it's really not that hard. You just gotta send in 6 decks, 2 sets of decks of 3. It's yeah, simple 1v1 tournament, 2 stages. If you're interested, sign up. It is on a custom patch. Sorry, on a custom or mod, if you will. Don't be too worried about that. For one, the actual list is not that big. But also the installation is very, very simple, and you can always, like, once you have the mod switcher installed, it's very easy to switch between vanilla and mod, right? So you don't have to worry about always verifying your Steam files, backing up your decks, etc., etc. It's very simple, okay? So don't worry about that part. And yeah, the changes are pretty. We can quickly go over them, right? Again, this is a mod. This is not like huge patch. Some consistency stuff, some slight changes to availability to make Biho and Gun Tank better. Nerf Zelda and K200 availability. AMX 30s can fire autocannon and main cannon at the same time, which is interesting. Storban, lower availability. Laramon 60 nerfed. Folgore nerfed. Centauros prototyped both of them, which is very good. Pion PSV prototyped. I mean 4AN to mechanized for some reason. But yeah. Go sign up for the tournament. I'm gonna play as well, which, who knows, might be the last war game tournament, at least for a good while. Yeah. And now, of course, some Wargamel. I think we did, we did 19th Solis to 20. Okay. Leopard 2. As always, I don't know what else to start with, so let's go for that. Poor stealth, better than poor optics, smaller than big, lower than 10 strength, but faster than 70 kmh. It's either a jeep or a helicopter. Mechanized and armored. Lower price is not a CV. It's also not a supply truck because of the autonomy. Let's go for poor stealth. It's like 110, like one of those jeeps. Hold on, better than poor optics. Could still be like a recon jeep. Like K12. It's like a 125 or something. Oh no, those are mortars. K11. This might be the recon jeep. This is the CV, I think. It is in a recon tab. Okay, it's a helicopter. 4 to 6 HP. Oh right, off-road speed is actually not that good. Dude, that's actually a good question. Are any of the recon jeeps, do any of them have good off-road speed? Like even 70 km is quite a lot for most jeeps. There's not a lot that have better off-road speed. They're obviously all just, 4 wheels, so either way. It is small. It's presumably something like a Gazelle. Right, poor stealth. I'm an idiot. Recon vehicles have for stealth. Maximum of 1 weapon, if any at all. Let's go for the Gazelle H1. No weapons. Very good. Again, I'm blind, just ignoring the fact that it only has very good optics. Go for the bow 105, the German. It should be this. This is Begleit. I think Begleitschutz helicopter, which essentially means protection helicopter, more or less. I can't come up with a better term right now. It's 40 to 50. Be like an MI2. It is an one of the MI2s. North Korean, nope. There we go. Alright. Let's do today on Monday. Let's go for the Czech MI2. It is 3 to 5. I don't think there's any. No, wait. I think the monk here. Oh, hold on. Could it be the monk here? No, the monk here is cheaper. The monk here is cheaper, I think. But it might. Is this the only unit with 3 HP? Hold on, let me double check. I think it has 3 HP, no? It does. It does. It does have 3 HP. Actually, I think it literally is. Let me, if somebody knows, let me know if there's another unit with 3 HP. So, okay, so it has 5 HP. Size small. That is not an infantry squad, so it's a jeep. No weapons, poor stealth. No weapons, poor stealth. It's probably a CV, right? Like if it has no weapons, I guess it could be a transport truck. Ah, that's the wrong UAC. No, again, that would be the wrong one. Look at this one here. It's logistics. It's a CV. It's a CV. Let's go for the. Oh, what's it called? That's the one. 110 to 180. I don't think it's that high. It can't be so. Well, there's no helicopter with 5 HP, but every logistics CV helicopter, I think 100 points. I don't think any of them are more expensive. It's 110 Kommandowagen, maybe. One of the other Iltises. There you go, Iltis CP. Alright. That's Wargaming for today. Okay, so what deck are we gonna play today? We're not gonna do any series or whatever, because as you know, probably, I tend to be pretty bad with US NORAD. Unless I'm playing something wacky. So I'm gonna build a NORAD mechanized deck. Which, to be fair, isn't like ultra wacky, right? But I tend to not be too good with US NORAD unspec, which is what I'd argue the strongest form of US or NORAD. But whenever I play like something slightly different or weird with that deck, I tend to do pretty decently actually. And and win. So let's build Mech. Especially now with the buffed buffed Bushmaster specifically, some other small stuff. Nord Mech and US Mech for that matter should be a pretty respectful deck. I don't think we can afford to go for the USCV yet, because we need the Rangers in the M35. That's the only ground transport they get. So I think we can't afford to run you. How do they compare actually? Yeah, I think I want to go for the M60. Gun is whatever. 50 cal is nice. Speed though is neat, but I think the extra side armor is quite neat. Being cheaper is also not nice, so I think this is what we go for. I think we can afford to. We probably want the fob for all those TOW2s and ITOs, right? How do we want to run those Bradleys? Actually, I think I want to go do the other tabs first, because maybe I'm only going to run 7 or 8 cards. So, Chimera is a must. It's going to be our quote-unquote heavy tank. CS is a must. Could even run 2 cards upvetted, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm going to run the Ontos, actually, as well. LAV is a must. Combat should be good. CEV is also an option. I'm not sure if we really need the Ontos. It's fun and all, but I'm not here. This is something that I'm actually considering for the tournament. I like this Cobra. I think it's good. The other helicopters not really worth taking. Planes, 52, Nighthawk, Raven. I'm not sure if I'm going to run Thunderbolt. I'm actually considering running this Fighting Falcon to also double as a multi-role. Could go for this. More bombs, AIM 9M. Maybe I'm actually gonna run you. I like you. I like you. A-Magnum is really good. And then what is gonna be our last playing card? Again, I'm not sure if I want to run the A10, especially because we don't have a Patriot either. Could go for an Advar, could go for no Tomcat. Seagull, secondary Ace F, Hornet, Deagle, maybe Hornet. Recon. Not too much good stuff here. I think this is all I'm gonna run. Support, Hawk. I think I'm actually gonna run both of these. I really started to appreciate the Chaparral in that AI match we had. I don't think I'm gonna go for the ADATs. Pivot is good, Mortar is good, and I think I'm gonna go for. Do I go for M109s or do I want to snipe stuff, right? What's gonna be our weakness? Our weakness is actually gonna be heavy tanks and such. Moto decks potentially. Go for the M19 for now. Only 6. In the US, we'd get 7, which is could consider running US. Tanks, we want the M1 Abrams. Not sure if we really need much more. M8 HAS could be need. MPT 70 we shouldn't need. M1A1 we don't need. We have the Chimera. Maxus is something worth considering. Delphos and Chinook is quote unquote a must. A must in that sense that it's like we have so many slots. Niche card, but even just 1 or 2 per match can be very nice to have. Pioneers, I want. A card of these I want as well, I think. We don't need that many, but I think every now and then they can be very nice. Razzmann in the M103A3. Razzmann in the Bradley. We don't need to up with this, I think. Very good base accuracy on those guns, or on those weapons. And the Riflemen we don't care about how good they are. We don't get any shocks and ground transports. Oh, okay, only 1 activation point left. Okay, that is some good information. See, I think we need to run a FOB. We might actually not necessarily need the artillery. Then again, if we already have a FOB, having the option to go for RT is still very nice. Could get rid of the pivots, honestly. Gives us 3 activation points, just enough to fill. And for cheap AA, we definitely have stingers. So we could do something like this. The thing is, we don't probably need more than 12 Bradleys. But if I only go for the Stinger, still we only get 6 of the M2A2s. In which case, I want the Rifleman card for sure. Do you want Eric's or Mo as well? Mo we shouldn't need, I think. We have Rifleman 9. We can get Rifleman 90, which for close range anti-tank are honestly better. Yes, lower accuracy, but extra AP and 20 versus 15 RPM on 10 HP. Very nice. Eric's, that's just a bit awkward. I'm not sure if I want them. Could also go for an M2A1. Against other mech decks or something, the M2A2 is overkill, and like it's a 10-point difference, right? Then again, the extra armor and optics are not useless either. This is certainly interesting. I might want the Stinger A for the available. How much? They're also 8 per card. The extra range is nice. Honestly, guided is not a huge deal. I think I'm actually gonna go for a card of View. To make up for loss of the pivots, and in this case, the range matters to me actually quite a bit compared to the Stinger. But another card of Stingers might not be bad, like in an M2A1 as well. But then we have nothing cheap for AT, right? We have like no. Maybe I should run card of this as well, and maybe we can up that. And then maybe we can afford to with 16. Oh, that's the wrong card. This, right? This is something that we could consider as well. And we would look at something like this for our infantry tab. Would like to up it you, but 8 is a bit low. Honestly, I don't think I need more than 8. They're just for town fight, right? Because you have no ground-based shock infantry. They only come in Chinooks. So for town fights, we have these. 14 man pads. Riflemen. We have great base defense with the CSs. I want to use them offensively as well. Could go for 2 cards of the LAV. But I think we also have to win the Recon type, which obviously is weaker, but stealth and optics are very nice. Another tank wouldn't be too like we could also get this is 2 activation points, right? We go down with you and then we can put in a Mexus if we want that. Mexus is by no means bad. We still only have the Chimera for like a proper tank, which is a bit low. But then again, in the tournament we can ban maps and such, so I can make sure to play maps where I can rely more on the Bradleys. Which is basically anything but hell. But having it probably still very good. Could honestly delete the combat either. I don't think there's any real role for the combat. I've LAVs, Bradleys, right? I don't think I need the combat. And the TH495. I think the combat is a trap here. CEV I don't think should be necessary either. I think I'm just gonna rely a lot more on the CS. Consider downwetting this, but I want to get into the habit of using this a lot. You know what? Down with them. I want to get into the habit of actually buying them a lot more, and not just for base defense and then just never touch them again. Actually use them offensively because they're honestly kind of busted. I don't think I need to upvet you, because, you know, depending on the map, I might run 12 of them, who knows. You're cheap enough that for 35, 35 isn't that cheap actually. 35 versus 20. We still have the M1 Abrams, right, for like forest fights. It's a crucial fire support unit. Could also honestly just consider not using these at all. I'm actually, yeah, honestly, like I don't know when I would consider buying these over the Bradley. Like, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Like on the one hand, right, autocannon is better-ish. I don't know, man. No, I mean you have a significantly higher rate of fire, with better speed, better optics, but you have less accuracy, and you don't have the basic tow. And the basic tow I think is a bit underrated. Let's put in the Erics. Let's just test it out, right? Let's just give this a shot. Obviously, this means you have one fewer card of rifle infantry, so we're actually kind of low. Let's downwet these again. But this deck also relies a lot on fire support, so we shouldn't need to buy as much rifle infantry as other mech decks. Another thing to consider. In fact, we actually don't want to grind as much infantry. This plays a lot different than many other mech decks. Unlike, let's say, Commonwealth mech, or Red mech, or Eastern Bloc mech, or Entente mech, we don't actually want to go into those deep forest fights where it's just infantry spam, right? That's actually not where we don't want to play on hell in a very small place. We want to play on like highway. We want to play on plunging. We want to play on paddy field. And yeah, that's where we want to be. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this, more or less. Plane tab is always, I'm never certain, but let's see how this works. Only one ASF, but we have the Hawk Pip 3, which is very good. Could consider downwetting this, but we'll see. Yeah. I'll see you in a second once we find a ranked game. Alright, we got Shrug face, okay. Shrug emoji. It's pretty much the, to be fair, I was gonna say the map we don't want, but I think I'd still rather have this than Nuclear Winter with this deck. So I guess it could have been worse. Could have been worse. It's not like this deck is horrible, it's just you can't really make great use out of your Bradley, like the toast, right? So there, I wouldn't say dead cards by any means, but pretty much any other mech deck would love this deck. You know, not the way I built it, at least. It shouldn't be bad on here. Let's not pretend like my deck is gonna be awful here. Keep in mind though, right, for the tournament, if I bring this, you can ban the maps, right? You can choose on which map you want to play what. So it's of course a somewhat different setting than ranked. Let's start with the Hog Pip 3, I think. The Javelin. We also have no ATGMs here, right? The Eric's don't count. The infantry base, that is. Which is what most mech decks would love to have. And we don't have. Put some riflemen on the right. What's gonna be our game plan here? Let's get a Chimera. We'd still get some Bradleys. Maybe I should put in the card of M2A1s. Then again, even basic tows are gonna be really nice to have. Let's get at least one M2A2 in case there's a super heavy here. Then we're gonna make use of the Bradley from that part. Also get some basic ones to try to deal with like any cheap stuff, one armor stuff, right? Let's get a bunch of CSs going. We're gonna park them over there and then push in with our riflemen. Let's get a second severe, why not? And for up here, did I get? I did not get a Kaiwa. I won the Kaiwa for sure. We're very light when it comes to up there. Get Rifleman 9, then a Bradley. Get 2 of them. 4 up there. Alright, good luck. Have fun.
Who do you want us to transport? Scouts ready, sir. Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry. My pleasure.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Speed up, driver. We're in a hurry.
You can actually... You go there. 713s go here, these CSs go there. I have no mortar, but also you can just wait. Buy one now. What's this? Saracens. Okay, Commonwealth. H7s has to be... It could be Moto, I guess. Oh, is this Moto? That's the LAV Scout. Put some Bradleys there to deal with this, but seems like a very minor push here. Alright, H7 there. Good spread out. Unload you. Those could be oh no, those are Recons. There's Recon squads in there. Ooh, right, that's oh, this bros are proper gems, those are not Eric's. Right, okay. That's quite the spam there. But it's a Wolverine. Ah.
Why does it always have to be me? Starting to get danger.
That was quite the push. Oh, lots of Vickers there, okay.
Nothing to report. Starting to get dangerous here.
Oh, you're detracked. Oh, I forgot my mortar. No. Okay, I got lucky for now. Get you a bit back. Quite the push there. Quite the push.
Infantry due for you, sir. Ready to fire, sir.
Did we kill everything here? The Saracens essentially just drove past my... Even you shot at something. One Vickers.
Okay.
You live. They are Pathfinders indeed. We could Nighthawk this. Oh, okay.
Where do you need us, sir? Attack run.
You're not amphibious, unfortunately. Oh, almost. Almost.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Almost in there.
Ready to.
Oh, I have to be careful with you as well. But it's not great. That's single LAV. God damn it. Almost died to the thing as well.
Platoon is formed.
To the Nighthawk. But almost isn't good enough, obviously. Just hope I don't get rear shot by these Milans while I'm fast moving down with this Chimera. Oh, what a push though, what a push. Certainly did not expect that.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
I think if we can survive here and get a good steady position going, I think we should be in a decent position here. I think our grind game should be very, very good. Careful with the HLVW. The thing is still somewhere here, the LAV, which is gonna be annoying. And this Pathfinder's spotting my stuff. I think it's H1. SAS maybe? Where did the LEV go? Certainly didn't kill it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Those. Oh, there it is. Pretty far there. Nighthawk is ready again. It could be. Oh, this could be very good. Actually, turn this up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Be a very good strike here. You can turn off again. I didn't want them to get spotted when driving by.
Where do you need us, sir? Flying in, but it's hot.
Ah, not the best. Got one Wolverine, that's it. That's still something.
What can the infantry
Still
do for
something.
you, sir?
Okay. We know there's Milan in here, but I'm willing to bet they're empty by now. Yeah, look at this L113. Let's get CSS. Alright, there's still a bunch of territorials up here. I completely forgot about that part. Get more riflemen. Let's also get some riflemen 90s for here, for the 84 and the additional range we have from that. What did I just kill here? Is it a Vickers or a Wolverine? Not a Wolverine, that's the third one.
You spotted something?
It's a Saxon with something in there.
Trouble!
It's a shame that we lost oh, hello. It's a shame that we lost the Hawk.
Who do you want us to transport?
50 cal doing something. That's a Saracen. No, was there anything in there? Doesn't look like it. No, maybe there was. Maybe it was just like a 2-point. Hello, shoot, please.
Starting to get dangerous here.
Like a, sorry, 2 HP squad. Get another javelin on the field. More Bradleys.
Need a ride? Someone called for a cab?
When you're just here to spot, you can just move.
Need customers for a taxi route.
Vickers, okay.
Someone called for a cab?
And there's also an H7, okay. That's annoying.
Set a new observation
This
post there.
javelin over.
Missile in firing position, sir. Sky is ours.
I thought doing some really good work though. But I'm bound to get punished eventually. Javelin got killed, what?
I'm making an attack run.
Oh, there's shit here. Fuck.
Fly zone is hot.
Yeah, almost lost the Nighthawk here as well. Didn't kill the supply truck, that's annoying. I need to kill that supply truck.
The enemy is in range, so are we.
So probably, is there SAS or something there? Or it's just an LAV? That's the question. Where did they die?
Starting to get dangerous here.
There. Probably not an infantry squad then. Oh, there's commandos up here, okay. They're gonna be annoying, that's for sure. Get the chaparral here.
Need customers for a taxi route. Need a ride?
Right now the biggest problem is honestly the time I'm losing here.
Right to 30 degrees.
Again, the issue is not necessarily, ideally, grind game, but like how long it takes for me to get into position. How long it takes for me to deal with the stuff on the flanks and stuff like that, right?
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Moving out.
Or like an LAV sitting in a bush here.
At your service,
Okay, you're on the line of sight with the...
Go ahead, over.
I never protected this though, to be fair, right?
Not my war.
Probably just fast move like an LAV down here, and I never bought something for that town. Which is why usually I do that, but sometimes I just don't, because I forget, I don't care, I'm lazy, any of those reasons. Yeah, there's a good bison there. Ooh. Oh, he has something in oh, this cheeky bugger. Damn, dude. Very damn. How did he get all these points, man? Although I guess honestly he didn't get too much here. I spent a lot more points over there. And he spent a lot less, so I guess that explains it. There's the tornado. 2 of them. I'm not gonna buy an ASF into that. Well, my line talk is still repairing anyway, but oh, this is very annoying. It's actually very tough for me to deal with. Huge mistake on my part to not buy anything here, because now I'm stuck with him having Milans there, and it's very frustrating. Who'd I get in there with that freaking AS1 Reki there as well?
Sir, yes, sir.
There's that Milan.
Need customers for a taxi route.
Bison there, so maybe another no, not you.
On our way, sir.
I don't think it's gonna connect, yeah. Plus line of sight.
Taxi route.
Nice, another AS1 Reki. I should at least consider myself lucky, I think, that I'm playing this side. Because if I was playing the other side, having to deal with commandos and stuff over there, very annoying. Very, very annoying. Very cheeky, but very good of them to abuse me. That's very well played. It's certainly an awkward situation to be in. Okay, you're just out of ammo.
Not my war.
And yeah, this deck doesn't really like having to deal with situations like this, that's for sure. Nice. See, basic toes can be incredibly useful. You on 1 HP, you just deal with this Bradley there. Sorry, this Aslev. I'm also floating way too much.
Awaiting new orders, sir.
Let's get a bunch of CSs there. Get some M1s here.
Not my war. Awaiting new orders, sir. Need customers for a taxi route.
Get maybe some Eric's in here. Because we lost this as well, right?
Shots ready, sir.
I have somewhat okay line of sight over down there at least. You're still spotted, that's fine.
Someone called for
Get
a
you back. Can support here. Help out, help out, help out.
Awaiting new
Oh,
orders.
you're already down to 2 HP, that's bad. Back, 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 back up, back up, back up.
At your service, sir. What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Okay, now move forward to get that range scaling with the autocannon.
You've spotted
Are you
something?
spotted? Yeah, I don't know why you do that. Leopard 1 is not very tanky. You can't do that with Leopard 1.
Moving out.
Okay, there's territorials in there. That's great. They also immediately hit. Or maybe they hit with the second shot. When it was just slow.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, the possibility. Oh, okay. Bradley's weren't quite enough.
Spotted something? Awaiting new
More
orders,
ace
sir.
one Rakis. And you're not in line of sight, unfortunately. That's bad.
Sir, yes, sir.
Seed. Well, I don't have any. Hahu. Okay. That missed both shots. That's funny. Killed the seed. Very lucky. Pull you back. Get you out.
Sky is ours. Platoon is formed and ready.
SAS over there. Okay. Oh. Oh, right. I'm evacuating over there again. You're alive, so
The enemy
that's
is in range, so are
unfortunate.
we. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Awaiting new orders, sir.
Get one of you out there. Actually, I want you to stay there.
Sweeping this area.
We know this is clear now, at least, so that's good. It's not much, but it's something. You are amphibious, which is actually very neat. I think you
Enemy
just
is in
fired,
range,
right?
so are we.
Probably at the SAS or something. Oh no, you
It
got
always
shit.
comes down to the
Oh, by the...
infantryman and
Yeah,
his
yeah,
rifle.
yeah. Lynx H1's probably SAS or
Awaiting
something.
new orders, sir.
Gotta be careful about this, honestly. I reckon there's probably like some kind of...
Go ahead, over.
Actually, I should move you on there. Some kind of
Advancing support.
special force or commandos or something sneaking about. Close the window. Alright. Taking +1, but still 24 minutes to go. We got more or less control over Bravo back by the looks of it, so that's good. It's H7 20mm, whatever. Not gonna do much. Camaro SD track, that's not necessarily whatever. No, shoot at this, please.
Charge, confirmed. Ready to move, sir.
And get some Razzmann 90s.
Platoon is formed and ready.
Get use tripwires there so we can place a CV in here.
At your orders.
Okay. Did we kill those SAS? I'm not sure.
Fresh delivery. En route.
Okay, who? That's okay. Sure. That's incredibly greedy. And was a dumb play, but you know,
Yes, sir.
I guess it protects the...
Has an enemy chopper been spotted?
AS1 somewhat.
Yes, sir.
Just get closer, so... Nice. Killing them, like, they're not gonna do much, but they're still gonna be annoying, right? You just stay there. Oh, really? Alright, that's just SBS anyways. It's not a vehicle that I kill there with one shot. Okay, Pathfinders.
Enemy is in range.
Certainly annoying.
Anything for us, sir?
Sure, let's get a Delta Force there.
Trouble.
I have no meat shields here.
Missile in firing position, sir.
Yeah, I think I need a second guard of Rifleman, that's for sure. That's just not enough. Not for matchups like this.
Need customers for a taxi route.
I want these M103s to stay together. He needs 2 shots to kill a single M103A3, right? That's very good for us. Okay. I knew it. I mean, I called it, right?
Not my way.
And I didn't do nearly enough, right? That's just getting punished for...
It always comes down
Yeah,
to the
I saw it coming, and I was too lazy to properly do something about it. Right, I should have moved it to here to begin with once I knew it was safe again, right? Stuff like that. It's just getting punished. It is what it is.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Actually, don't get that far, that deep in there, please.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. If the enemy is in range, so are we.
AS1. Sorry, AH1. Ugh.
Who do you want us to transport? What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Better Pathfinders are okay.
For you, sir.
Good information. Over Wombat.
Call for a cab?
These commandos, man. Deadly commandos.
Scatter formation. Scouts ready, sir.
Actually, what am I talking about? I have meat shields here. It's 4-sec that I've been ignoring the entire time. Jesus Christ, I'm bad. Honestly, just leave with the Abrams. They have 18 AP. They need so many. What was that? Probably a tornado, huh? Well, lead with the Abrams, he says, and then leads with the Bradley.
What are your orders, sir? Anything in the air? We'll load up. You spotted something?
Really? Side shot?
At your service, sir.
I don't know. I shouldn't have reversed there.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Oh, really? I lost line of sight there. I'm actually gonna lose this Bradley as well.
At your service, sir.
Okay, no, I won't. Thank God.
I knew you wouldn't leave
Get
us.
another CB.
Scouts ready, sir. What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Why did you not... Did I gave the wrong unit that long ass move?
Unchecked and ready.
Q. Evidently I did. Alright. We're slowly coming back, but Pro is gonna be on probably the
Anything in the air? We'll
conquest point difference. Nice. CS is being busted.
platoon is formed and ready.
The CS is spotted. Okay.
Grab the binoculars, Corporal.
Oh, we actually let's go. Honestly, I was not very I have to admit, I was not incredibly confident. I was confident that in the long run we would have the better KD, and we already actually crossed the point of having a better KD, which is very good. I was confident in that, but I was not confident making up the conquest point difference in 18 minutes, right? Okay, let's do the quick math, right? 18 minutes of +1 would be 150, 270 points, which would actually be enough. Fair enough. Okay, so +1 would be enough. But at the same time, I was constantly like, even if I get a +1 or a +2 even for a short while, am I gonna be able to keep my CVs alive the entire time? I wasn't very sure about that. But okay, that is actually very good to know. I did not expect to already cross the point of having a better KD. As I said like 20 times now, on like very early on, right? In the long run, the mech deck should have most of the time the advantage of the grind game. The problem is just time, right? Do you have enough time to get your positions back, to get like to protect your flanks from the elite infantry sticking around the sniping regime, right? That is gonna be the problem. Evidently, we would have had enough time actually. Yeah, I guess that the 70 points in the early game helped a bit. Rangers, yeah, okay. Kill the yeah, this will be later on. Mara. The CSs were really good, like stunning the ASLAVs. I think 2 ASLAVs even. Sorry, Ace-1 Wreckage throughout the game, and the Victors and such. Nighthawk did good. Killed one of the Milan 2 squads in a town there on the left. Bradleys were decent. And again, right? 15 AP doesn't even one-shot 1 armor, but when you have 2 or 3 of those firing, anything up to 7 armor still gets double tapped. Up to 11 armor still gets triple tapped, right? That's what you gotta keep in mind about those basic toes. And when you essentially pay 5 points for a basic toe, that is not a bad deal. Yes, sometimes you would rather pay 5 points less and only get the Bushmaster. Chaparral, honestly, you know what? Maybe I'm too used to like Chaparral not doing anything. But then if you look at it in a way that's like, it's slower than Kratal, but for 10 points more, it's like same range, but you get 8 additional missiles that you don't never have to worry about resupplying, then maybe it doesn't look that bad. And of course, you lose 7% accuracy. But it's also fun to forget, which isn't a huge deal, but can be nice at times. That tornado was definitely a throw. Instead of tornadoes, he really should have invested into the truck rapiers, I think. Yeah, then again, yeah, no, I still think that. Because unless he had some on the field, he wouldn't have the air detection to actually spot the Nighthawk, right? While small maps like this do allow you to rely, or like make it much easier to rely on ASFs because the air spawns are so close, you still have to spot the planes first. And especially when they have stealth like the Nighthawk, you want that very good air detection from radar AA. Because when you're not circling with your ASFs, or any plane with at least very good air detection, but preferably honestly exceptional, it's gonna be very hard to actually kill the Nighthawk with just ASFs. Although to be fair, I didn't have very good air detection on the field either, so I was sending out the Nighthawk with very little information. That is also a point that has to be made here. I was very happy with this actually. We had a very rough start, and I certainly made quite a few mistakes. No questions asked there. However, I think I given the mistakes I made, I did a decent. Well, honestly, let's call what it is a comeback. Even if it's just a small comeback, right? Usually, when you're talking about comebacks, you're talking about like games where the first 30 minutes you were hugely behind, and then the last 10 minutes or something you make a huge comeback or something like that. But I think that the opener definitely did not go our way. We need more Razzmann spam. That is for sure. I think I'm just gonna cut the Erics, man. I think I'm just gonna cut this. Unless we actually want to cut the Pioneers. I did say that essentially this is practice for a tournament this day, right? In which case, we don't want to play Nuclear. With this deck at least. We probably don't want to play Punch Bowl. So, what maps are there where town fights are gonna be a huge issue, and where none of my other two decks that I'm gonna send in red can do the job, right? So honestly, I think I'm just gonna skip them. Because I'm not sure if I want to replace anything else here. I'm gonna just, let's get a second card. And these ones, maybe I should just go for the M2A1. So I have the option for an M2A1 for cheaper. 45 points versus 55. Then again, this is 40 points. But I guess having, I think I'm still gonna go for the M2A1 just so the card is a bit cheaper. I think I'm just gonna stick with this. And if there's town fights, I'm just gonna like fill it with Rifleman. I think both of these are quite nice to have. The other option is I'm just gonna replace these two with a card of Rifleman 90s in the M113, but I think I can up with you at least. I think this is what I'm gonna go for next. The alternative is still to just replace Eric's, I guess. That is still an option with Pioneers. We'll have to see. I don't have to send the deck out, so I guess for the tournament, I could just do it on the fly, right? In the vehicle type, I don't think I was really missing anything. CEV would have been nice, but in this matchup, I don't think anything else would have really helped the whole ton. CSs honestly are just better on toss. Like, they still have crazy good DPS. They have less range, obviously, but they're more mobile and they're more versatile. They can shoot at helicopters. And in certain situations, they're definitely better against vehicles because a single one can just stun something or even multiple units and panic them. On toss can't do that. I think I'm happy with this. This didn't come into play, neither did the Hornet, obviously, but there were actually times where I was considering this against the AS1 Reki sitting in a bush. With only 2 top armor and some of them even damaged, definitely could have done the job. And then I would have had a plane left for just helo hunting. This didn't come into play either. But, Either way, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.